Welcome back. It's a new tool day here at Evil Genius Props. I did the Kickstarter for the Elegoo Phecda laser cutter engraver thingy. Basically because lasers. Just got this yesterday. I haven't had a chance to open it, so we're going to go ahead and do an unboxing. Take a look and see what all we get. Open it up. Set it up. Wow. Maybe a quick break while I get the software set up, and then we'll do the first print. Is it a print? Is it cutting stuff? Safety instructions, good idea. Don't catch anything in fire. Don't try to do laser eye surgery on your own. I will actually take a look at that in depth later on. Black squishy foam. Manuel. Cables. All sorts of fun toys here. Couple random boxes. We'll see what's in those. Fun hardware stuff. Some of the little sample pieces they give you, a little piece of metal. Swatch of leather, some plywood, just some stuff you can play with, I guess. Ooh. I think this is the part where the magic happens. Our laser head. Yeah. There should be a filter, looks like. Yeah, there's the filter in there. And this is my first laser device, if you don't count laser pointers. Glasses. I already had laser eye surgery. I don't need to do it again. Power brick. So I did the Kickstarter special on this and got 5 extra filters. Start taking out some of the actual component pieces. I'm going to set them off to the side, maybe reposition and set those up. There. This is where the magic smoke comes out, so you want to break that part. As everyone knows, you release the magic smoke, and electronics doesn't work anymore. Slidey bit. Slidey bit with a fan. Looks to be designed to keep you from doing DIY laser surgery. Over here. Yep. Oh, there's a thing. All right. I think that's everything out of the box. We're going to do a shop infrastructure at some point in the near future and build a stand or something for this. Probably include the 3D printers as well. Be a whole little 3D creation station. Except not that name. Alright, let's find our manual. We'll go ahead and start trying to put it together. Qualified certificate. Not sure what that qualifies for, but hey. Machine parameters. Structure diagram settings. This is helpful if you're not familiar with laser cutting. It's got some material settings. I'm probably going to need that. Packing list. Machine installation. Oh, TF card of the machine comes with an installation instruction video. Alright, let's put all of these pieces together. Which one are you? This isn't actually going to fit on here, so we're going to take a pause here real quick. All right, cleared off a little bit of workspace over here on the other workbench. Gives us a little more room, actually big enough to set it up. Here's the other side. One thing I noticed that's not quite clear in the instructions here is that these black bits go up top. And then once those are done, there are little pieces to cover those over. So, good to know. Helps, especially with that back piece here where it's not quite clear which way's up. Concerned that's a bit sitting on the moving bits, but I'm sure there's something to deal with that in a minute. It says CM4.8 or .8 for the screws. Actual bag says KM4 times 8. It's the only one that fits. Alright, that's the frame put together. Well, the next step is to flip it over and then do the screws on the bottom. And it's more of the C4x8, CM4x8, which I don't have, frankly, any of, and even the KM 4x8, I only had 8. So it looks like I'm missing some screws. So I'm going to go ahead, take a pause, hit up an orange box for some screws, and then come on back. All right, here's what happened. Manual very clearly states CM4x8 in 8 pieces, right? So there's 8 screws. That does the top. You need to flip it over and do the bottom, so you need 16 of, the, again, the CM4x8. On the first page, there's no match for that. There's the KM4x8. Well, you flip farther through the manual, those appear later on. They're used to hold the laser machines on, the actual laser bit. Not sure yet, haven't gotten that far. Do, however, have 16 of these CM4x6. Now, this is probably what I need. I don't see these used anywhere else in the manual. So probably it's just a case of there's a typo somewhere, or they gave me the wrong screws, something changed, who knows. Either way, it's aggravating because I had the wrong screws in there. And it's a little disconcerting that the laser machine that's going to be in my garage setting things potentially on fire isn't that clear in the instruction manual. Now, do I think this is actually going to be a problem? No, it's probably fine. But there's always going to be that lingering question in my head of, is something slightly off now? Anyway, let's keep going. I'm going to take out all those KM 4x8s that I put in there incorrectly and put in the, I think, correct ones. It does come with an Allen wrench, and it's fine. I have better tools though. So I pulled out my Phecda 2.5 T-handle X wrench. I'm going to use that because I got to do a lot of these now. I just went ahead and dumped all the 4x6 ones here. Attaching this whole side and realizing that I might have to pull this off to fix it. Because it looks like this came off. Where's the other side going to? Well, burn that bridge when we get there. So, this guy over. Steps are going to involve attaching it. So somehow this loose end needs to end up on the other side and go into there. I don't, however, think that's in the right place. Time for another Here's What Happened video. Alright, so they ship it with this belt loose. And I watched the installation video because at this point I was desperate. And in that one, this was taped down. Not only was mine not taped down, one of the ends in here actually had come loose. So it wasn't even attached. So I suspect somehow it got completely flipped around in the shipping. So I had to take it off, put it back on. Now it seems to be approximately the right length, but there's nothing that holds it on this side right now until you put in this piece, which isn't for a couple of steps. So if it's had something, say here, that it could already be attached to, that would be so much better. It wouldn't have come off. This wouldn't have been a problem. Hopefully they fix that in later versions. Now then, time to put it back together again. I'm going to do what they didn't and take this down. Put that in, but not tighten it down all the way, just to hold it in place. You can see there's a little hole here, and you position it so that you can see the screw hole through there. And it's not really any surprise that this one needs to be adjusted. Though I'm not gonna lie, I feel like if I adjust it, it's gonna come out again. Started. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. Take a break from here, come back and start attaching some electronics. Well, camera didn't work when I filmed that last bit. Suffice to say, it is now set up. No other major issues. Everything seemed to work. I ran it through the paces for maxing out its X and Y axes just to make sure that everything worked okay. Had to fix one of the cables that was a little twisted. But we'll give it a shot here. I am excited about what this can do and how I'm going to integrate it into my workflow for building. But so far, I gotta say, it's been kind of annoying getting it set up. I've built other things from Elegoo. All my 3D printers are Elegoo. They work just fine. No problem setting them up. This one was just a bit more of a problem. it gave me a little bit of board to work with to do the first one. But I ordered the add-on for a little rack to put this on, but it hasn't come yet. It's shipping separately, so I'm going to use a slightly thicker piece of wood. This is a scrap piece of thin maple I have. So you need to mark the perimeter to make sure it's going to fit on your piece of wood, or whatever it is you're engraving. Forgot I need my glasses so as not to go blind. So far so good. I'll admit I'm used to 3D printing where I'll set up a print and then come back a few hours later and still not be done. So the laser cutter here is so much faster than I'm used to. Neat little effects that's happening. Pleasant campfire smell, much better than resin, but probably not the best to spend a lot of time with. Another shop infrastructure thing I need to do is go ahead and put in a air filtration. Doing the painting and the printing and the foam cutting, and now this. There's lots of fumes in the garage here that like to get outside more efficiently. I can't get over just how quickly this works compared to 3D printing. I'm going to have fun learning to use this and playing with it a little bit and try to work it into my workflow for making props. In the meantime, lots of signs to go up in the workshop. Season even has an app control available to it. Could be fun. Set up a connection on my tablet, draw it out there, have it print. %90 already. Wow. Less than 5 minutes. I'll take that. There we go. So, final thoughts on this. It was a bit of a hassle to put together. You kind of feel the cuts there. But overall, like I said, I think I'm going to be able to use it in my process for putting things together. Whether it's doing the carving itself, actually cutting out pieces, whatever. Either way, whatever way, it'll be nice to have. That's it for now. We'll see you next time. Be sure to like and subscribe. Night out.